Hi. First of all, there's absolutely no place like Danville. I mean, this is a beautiful day. I was actually on the news this morning and they told me that it was going to be cloudy and cold, and here's the sun. So we travel all over the world and it is just the best feeling to come back home to the US, but especially to Danville. So yeah. And that's not just because it's a beautiful place and the community is amazing and our family is here, but this is where we grew up, and this is where we established our foundation for life and for these guys. So, you know, from Mustang soccer to Del Amigo swim team to, you know, all those other sports we try. Youth sports in the area are just so important and obviously did wonders for Maggie and I and our whole family, and I feel like the community in the youth sport is just fantastic here. So before I start talking about the Olympics, which I'm sure is what you guys all want to hear about, I have to say thank you for everyone involved in youth sports in Danville and in the East Bay. You know, the coaches, organizers, parents, team moms, all our friends and family who carpooled us around everywhere because we had 4 kids all over the place. You know, it is so important, I think, for the development of kids, and I would be nowhere without sport. Didn't matter what sport, they all, from swimming to soccer, it all helped guide me eventually towards water polo. So thank you to everyone involved in that. But it's also the kids who are playing sports, or you guys just about to start. You know, you were my competitors when I was young, and you were the people I was nervous to play against or swim against. And you know, that's what makes us all better, is competing and not being afraid to play tough on someone. So you know, just know that every day you go out to practice, every time you go out to a game or a meet, you are not only bettering yourself, but bettering other people. Maybe future Olympians, maybe future NCAA athletes, or, you know, scientists or whatever. You know, sports will help you figure out where you're going in life. So on to the Olympics. As our mayor told us, I competed in Beijing and was very fortunate to have my entire family there. I went to Stanford, and my coaches, my teammates, my family were all so supportive there, and I ended up somehow sneaking onto the national team at some point. And I think it's probably due to all the competitive sports we have around here. I just wanted to compete with whoever it was, even if it was my idol. But I'm extremely proud of that silver medal in Beijing. My first Olympics, I didn't know if I was going to come to another one, so even just to compete at the Olympics was always my dream. Even if I never told people, that was always my dream. I love sports, I love competing, and to finally realize that is incredible. But that team knew, we all knew that with that silver medal, we were so proud and very happy with it, but at the same time we knew there was something missing. USA Water Polo has historically the last 10 plus years been a dominant force in international water polo, and the only thing missing from that trophy case was the Olympic gold. So I think 6 or 7 of us from that team returned and wanted to at least make one more try for that Olympic gold in London. That team, that Beijing team, was great. I have amazing friends from that team, but I think that the difference that we found in London with this team, with Maggie, my sister, we really came together as a team. And to be completely honest, as I've said 10 times already, I'm a competitor, and I never realized the importance of being a team and really forming a team bond with those girls. I didn't realize that until this Olympic Games. You know, one of my Fury soccer cheers was team. Everyone together, everyone achieves more. And you know, I always thought, yeah, together we're a team. We're gonna win. And you know, it's always on very talented teams, so we were lucky. But it's not maybe until you're playing against international players that that's just not enough. And we really came together as a team. Thankfully, the younger players, Maggie included, were a big part of that, kind of showing us how to, you know, be buddies in and out of the water and really fight for each other all the time. My one last moment, and I know we'll talk more about the with question and answers, but this last game, it's interesting because the last time I heard the national anthem was when we were on the podium. So that was special to hear it just now. But that final game, and I think it's largely in part because we were such a team and I was willing to fight for each and every single one of the girls in the pool with me and my coaches and all their parents. I didn't care, whatever. That game was the most incredible game I've ever played in. We, as a collective, as a group, were so focused, so in tune with our goal, which wasn't even necessarily to win, it was just to dominate, and we absolutely did. And you could tell at every timeout, at every break, even if we were down in the beginning, that we were determined and we were going to do it together. I don't know if I'll ever have that experience again, just being so focused and in the moment, but I'm so thankful that I was able to have that, and I hope that at some point in your lives you can have that too. So, thank you very much. Let's hear from Maggie.
Go first. And like Jess was saying, that was the first time we had heard the national anthem since August 9th when our gold medal game, and gives you the chills, you know. Some people, you hear it and look away or whatever, but you can see it in our eyes whenever we hear it now. It just brings back so much memories and so much passion and so much hard work, and I just can't help but smile when I see the flag or hear the anthem. So I'm glad we got to do that here with everybody. But yeah, I think so many people have been asking me, what's it feel like to be a gold medalist, or how does it feel to be home yet? And honestly, it hasn't really hit me. I feel like we're still going, we're still on this high, we're still on cloud 9, and you've been working for something for 3 years as a team, and since I was more of my thing. But you know, you've been dreaming for something your whole life, and I have pictures of me from preschool wearing a gold medal at CPC and doing the Olympics, and it's funny now to be able to put those pictures together, and it really happened, you know, and to just say those words, it really happened. It's amazing. So like Jess was saying, it's great to know how much we have done and how much this community has done for us, and to bring home a silver medal and now 2 gold medals to share with the community. I look around and I see friends and teachers and coaches and water polo players and everybody who has touched us in some way or helped us get to where we want to be. So once again, thank you to everybody and to all the sports and coaches and teachers, everybody. So that's awesome. But I know, like Jess was saying, most people want to hear about our journeys and the Olympic experience, and obviously mine is much different than Jessica's. I went and watched Jess in 2008, and I was in the bleachers cheering every game, pretty much fainting because I was jumping up every time we scored or going crazy. And I remember in the last game, my dad is going to love this, we were there watching Jess, and we felt so much a part of the team, and unfortunately, but fortunately, they got the silver, and my dad and I looked at each other, and we just kind of nodded, you know, that father-daughter connection, and he was like, it's your turn now, and I was like, yeah, it's my turn, you know? And so it's kind of crazy that it actually did happen, and here we are standing with the gold medal 4 years later, and I was the one in the stands watching. So pretty ridiculous. But yeah, and for all the kids out there who have the dream, or even high schoolers right now who are dreaming of it, I found a t-shirt the other day, I think from 2006. I had all the water polo, the USA team, sign my t-shirt, and I'm drooling over it. I'm putting it on my wall, and I just found that the other day, and 6 of them or 7 of them are some of my best friends and some of my teammates now. So it's crazy to know that maybe somebody you looked up to or somebody you idoled, you can be that person and you can play with them even, or maybe you surpass them in some way. And it's pretty crazy to look back at where I was and to where I am now, and it's so surreal. I graduated, I did get my diploma, for those who are wondering. I know the commentator said I didn't get my diploma, but I have it. I did graduate. Actually, a funny story about that. So we were in Kurishi, Russia in June of 2011. I'm sure nobody knows where that is. I don't really know where it is now. And my birthday was a week before graduation, and this just shows how much the connection and the love I have from my friends and family really means to me and pushes me. I got a video from my whole senior class and junior class wishing me happy birthday. It was a flip cam, and everybody had sent, like, wished me happy birthday and good luck in my tournament, and we ended up winning that tournament. And it's so amazing to have people like that in your life who I'm a million miles away, haven't seen them in 8 months, and they're willing to make a video for me and sing happy birthday or whatnot. And then I'm with my 12 other best friends, my teammates, and a week later my coach had written up a diploma for me. And my dad was actually in China, and he had gotten one of those robes that you wear like on the planes, and he had put that on me and like a little hat, and I walk in and we had gotten Domino's pizza from China, or where were we? Russia, sorry, in Russia, and we had a diploma, and they're like, speech, speech, and it really warmed my heart to know that my teammates and my friends were all there for me. So pretty amazing. Yeah. So the difference, I guess, between mine and Jessica's journey, I was still in high school. I started full-time training in January of 2011, and I still had 6 months of school left. And my teachers and coaches and friends who are out there knew how difficult it was for me. I went to school for 2 weeks and then would go down to Southern California for 2 weeks and go to school for 1 week and go to Southern California for a week. And I didn't get to see my friends very often, or I missed my summer trip, and at the time I was sad and missed everybody and thought that I was the one that was getting the low end of the stick. But really, looking back on it now, it's all worth it. And I think, you know, when you have to go to practice or you have to do that extra thing and it stinks at that moment, and you look back and realize how much that really benefited me and you guys, I'm sure, when you have to go to all your practices. So yeah, I moved in with my sister into Seal Beach, and I was living like a 27-year-old, paying rent, had bills. What is this? You know, I didn't really know what to do. I'm like, Jess, so let's cook pasta, chicken, I don't know. You know, so it's really been an experience playing with girls who are a lot older than me and living like a real adult. And I'm not there yet, I'm still a teenager, so I got 1 more year. Living like a real adult, and those months, I can't even, at those moments you feel like it's going by so slow, but now that I look back, I wish I was back there. I wish I was back in those moments where you have to do that extra swim set and you're bright red in the face and you can't breathe anymore, and you have to lift a jug over your head and carry it across the pool, and you're pretty much dying. But to have the teammates that I had with me, like Jess was saying, is incredible. To have sisters. We had the worst ever turnout in 2011 at World Championships. We got 6th place, and that was a pretty low moment for us, and we turned it around. We got together, we came together as a team, and we showed that we really need to love each other and work for each other, and it showed in the gold medal game and the whole tournament. We're having fun out there. We're not, you know, everybody tells you it's not don't think of it as an Olympic experience. Just think of it as another water polo game. Think of it as another tournament at Monte Vista or another tournament at Camp Lindo or wherever it may be. And kind of looking back at it, that's exactly how I felt. I didn't really, you get up there and you're nervous and you kind of feel like you're going to throw up before the first game and freaking out, and then you dive in the pool and it all goes away and you're just playing water polo, backyard pool, and looking around, seeing each other, kind of giving each other that nod was really the benefiting factor for us. And fighting, we got better and better each game and ended up on top. So I'm glad to be able to have this gold medal and share it with my sister, but it's also Danville's and America's, and I think to be able to come home and share this gold medal with all of you and know that it's a part of you guys too is really special. So thank you.
So these, I'm going to start off, these are really pretty straightforward, but a young man wants to know how many hours a day and how many days a week did you each have to train?
This is a hard one. We trained up to 6 hours every day, except for Sunday, and maybe Wednesdays we'd have the afternoon off, but 4 to 6 hours in the pool.
And how? And when did you start? Maggie mentioned you started just over a year and a half ago training.
Yeah, I started training. Well, I started playing water polo when I was 8, and I officially joined the senior national team in the fall of 2009, so it's been about 3 years. Yeah.
But we went into full-time training a year and a half ago, so I moved down to Seal Beach after my surgery was all healed up.
And the next question was, what tips do you have for future athletes when it comes to balancing training and schoolwork?
I guess the one thing that really helped me, because I was pretty chaotic through high school, basically not really being there, the best thing is to just talk to your teachers early. I went in 2010, or my junior year, I went and gave my teachers a full-on schedule of all the tournaments and possible tournaments I could be going to, and just said, hey, my dream is to be an Olympian, and as much as I love school, this is a part of me as well. So I gave that to them, and they said, all right, and gave me a full packet of homework and possible tests that I'll have to do. And so I think just talking to your teachers early and really making sure they're on board with whatever you're doing is going to help a lot.
By the way, I was just going to mention that you mentioned you didn't get to walk across the stage for your diploma. So we're not going to do it today, but you know what? Since we know school doesn't start for you at Stanford for a few days, Mary Shelton, who is our new superintendent of schools, last night even mentioned it when we had dinner. They would like to invite you back to Monte Vista when school starts next week, and see if maybe they can find that diploma that's been sitting on the shelf.
Wherever it is.
So you will get that phone call. So, okay, this is a really nice one. Besides winning the gold medal, which was pretty cool, what was the coolest part of your Olympic experience?
Well, I'll just say that Maggie and I got to room together at the Olympics, and yeah, we've lived together our entire lives, but to be there together at the Olympics actually was really special. I don't know if that was my favorite moment, but it was definitely a good part of it.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to say that?
Yeah. I'll say 2. The first one for me, this was my first Olympics, so opening ceremonies. You guys get to see it on TV, but walking through the doors and just hearing USA, and you can't see anything because there's so many cameras flashing. It was amazing, and me and Jess actually were walking together and kind of arm in arm in a way, and nothing can compare to that feeling. And then the other one is we became really good friends with the basketball team, and like the interview, LeBron kissed me, so those were probably on the cheek, Dad, on the cheek.
So maybe that's close to the next question. Other than meeting yourselves and your fellow gold medal, who was the most impressive or coolest athlete you met?
Well, maybe I can answer for both of us. When we met Misty and Carrie, they are the best. I don't know. I've met them a couple of times, but they are just so nice and down to earth and normal people. So it's refreshing to see that. And they're now 3-time Olympic champions, so that's incredible.
So Maggie, I hear your next favorite sport is actually beach volleyball. So
yeah, mine
are you
too.
Thinking of, there's an opening. She doesn't have a partner now, so
I know.
Is that your future?
I know. Jess has a better vertical jump than me, so I could be the digger and just dive for everything.
Well, there's a team. Maybe it's going to be the two of you. So, of the two of you, who's the most competitive in water polo?
Carlos.
Yeah.
Carlos.
Dad, absolutely. Well, we are competitive when we're little. We're still competitive, but it's more fun competing together now. So.
Yeah. Definitely.
So how do you see this sport being part of your future for each of you individually?
Oh, well, that one's easy for me, I guess. I'm going to Stanford, so I still have 4 more years of collegiate water polo, which I'm really excited for. I would love to get an NC2A title to go with my gold medal. And then hopefully a Rio and however many more my body can obtain. But I know Jess and I would love to help spread the sport as well wherever we can. I know one of our teammates is trying to just spread the sport in general all over the world and visiting different countries. So I think we would love to do that and help kids out, and yeah.
And how about for you, Jess?
For me particularly, I think that I'm probably done playing water polo, at least at this level. It's done so much for me, and sport in general has done so much for me, but I'm excited to cheer on my sister and start giving back to the sport in other ways. Hopefully be on the bench for her in Rio.
So last 2 questions. The first one is, so a young lady asked, so what was your diet consist of for your training? The truth.
Ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream and candy. No, well, we didn't have any particular diet, but we did have a nutritionist with us. Our doctor was always on top of us. Eat your veggies, eat your fruit. We get drug tested all the time, so we can't be taking a lot of vitamins or anything like that. So really, we get all of our nutrients from food. So we eat pretty healthy, although we're not that great of chefs, so that's kind of a problem.
We're okay. We're learning.
But I don't know, we always could tell you we woke up, ate breakfast, yogurt and granola and fruit maybe.
Yeah. We generally ate pretty healthy, and to what, so if we had a bigger practice, that means bigger meals, or littler practice, littler meal. But I can definitely say that there was a Cold Stone about 5-minute walk from our house, so we took some trips there for sure.
So our last question before you leave. Both of you have really similar interests. What do you think is the biggest difference between the two of you? 3 inches? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mom? Dad?
Yeah.
Older sister, younger sister, right?
Yeah, typical older, youngest
Yeah,
sibling differences.
I'm the baby of the family, which goes for a lot of things, I guess. She's the oldest. I don't know. We're very similar.
You're both going to Stanford. The rest of the family all went to Cal.
Yeah, we're rebels. No, I don't know. I think we're not the same person, but
Yeah. Well, I guess I could say one thing for Jess. She's a little bit more brutal in the water, I would say, for sure. If something needs to be handled, or let's say somebody got, a little elbow in the pool, and Jess will be right there. Hey, who did that? Number 8. Okay, I got her. That's Jess for you, pretty simply.